allow the children
it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo.
We have got the opportunity to serve again for additional 4 years. And Nigerians will know the difference.
And Nigerians are already knowing the difference. Good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. And thank you so much for joining me. It's coming up late. So I believe you must have been reading the news about the latest glorification of criminality in Nigeria by the representatives of Nigeria government, which many of you are possibly not in the know of. So whenever we come up with this theory of Nigerian government and their agents are the sponsor, the promoters of terrorism in that country. So it may look somehow to you, sound somehow to you, but it is true. It has become a multi-billion dollars in the industry under this government. And like he said, when you give me opportunity again, you will know the difference. And you are knowing the difference. Remember, subscribe, like, share this page to let others know what we are having on Maiyegun's Diary. Listen to this.
Okay. Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them.
That's Professor Obadiah, I believe. He was the man, a former central bank CBN employee, a former CBN, senior staff. He came out last year and told us that these criminals are coming down south. When they finish with those villagers, communities, rural areas, they are going to go into urban cities to go after the prominent people that you and I would never imagine that they will ever get caught up in all this nonsense. Some of us actually believe that the politicians in Nigeria who claim to be the most powerful, they are not powerful, they are not safe, because what is coming will consume everybody, especially those who wants to play politics with it. It is obvious. Terrorism, paying ransom to terrorists, they rebranded the terrorists and they started calling them bandits. They knew that it would likely not fly if they ask Nigerians to give amnesty to Boko Haram. So they came up with bandits. Do you get that now? But the operation of the bandits, the way they get their arms, the way they carry out their operations, not different from the way Boko Haram have been carrying out their operations. It was under Goodluck Jonathan that we first witnessed mass kidnapping of school children, that everyone was surprised. Like, how is that even possible without anyone within protecting and guiding them? How is it possible for terrorists to move over 200 human beings and nobody move them undetected? So it was under Goodluck Jonathan. Then people said, no, this is it. This is enough. We are not going to wait for Goodluck Jonathan and PDP to turn Nigeria to where they will be kidnapping school children and the police and the military will not be able to do anything. So they brought in the lifeless Boko Haram. Lifeless Boko Haram came in. They rebranded terrorists. They gave them new names. With their media friends, they changed the narrative about the terrorists. Now, these politicians from northern Nigeria, the governors, they started putting together schemes. Now that they are in government and they control Abuja, and they also control the military. Therefore, they can begin to cut deals, terrorizing their own people, funding and funneling funds to terrorists in the name of ransom payment or rehabilitation payments. They were doing all of this in secret from 2015, be it PDP, APCO. As a northern governor, well, not all of them, because we have seen some of them who have come out to publicly, like Autumn from the Middle Belt, like the governor of, well, that's not staying in anywhere, the governor of Plateau State, Lalong. He also belonged to the cesspool of these heartless criminals, sacrificing the lives of their people for money. So in 2014, 2015, part of the reason why they were so mad with Jonathan was that every threat, every effort to make him pay them, right, was rebuffed. Goodluck Jonathan won't pay them. Goodluck Jonathan said, if I give them money, I am buying, that means I'm indirectly buying them the weapons. But if they lay down their hands, we will give them amnesty. Some of them said attack on Boko Haram was an attack on northern Nigeria. And some of them actually became prominent saying that. So today, the Nigeria that never negotiated with terrorists, that same Nigeria the national security advisor to Boko Haram. His name is Moguno. Moguno and Gumi, the spiritual leader for the terrorists in northern Nigeria. Some of you don't know that. You see that Gumi is their spiritual leader. They trust him because he, one way or the other, he agree with them that whatever is their own grievances in Islam, as their spiritual leader, no matter who they have killed, no matter what atrocity they've committed, it is justified if they decide to embrace peace. So for Gumi, the spiritual leader of the terrorists in Nigeria, there are many. When you see all this cleric with a whole bed sheet, a whole bedspread wrapped all over their head, walking about like people who are different from you, meanwhile they are just men like you, just men like you and me. You are even better than many of them. Terrorists, under the guise of religion, like Gumi, they are the spiritual leaders to all these terrorists, all these boys. Many of them graduated from their different Islamic school, Islamic teachings, all these jihadist teachings in northern Nigeria. So that is why it will be very difficult for you to see them to publicly, unanimously come out and condemn those terrorists. They would rather give you different narratives about them. And now that they have the federal government power, out of, you see, I'm coming to that by the way. Now that they have the federal government power, they control the CBN, they control the military, they control the Air Force, they control almost everything. Now they can manage to get everything they want by giving money to terrorists. When these guys kidnapped these children in their schools, they said they were going to collect 500 million naira before they released them. You see, after Chibok, when this criminal government came to power, people thought that would never, ever be any time again that anyone, any terrorist would dare walk into any place and kidnap people en masse. So, ISWAP, Islamic State of West Africa, they moved in. They said, yeah, you don't challenge us, we will show you. Under your lifeless breathing mannequin Boko Haram, the fake general with a fake pastor that they promised you that was going to be fighting spiritual battle, when Buhari is fighting physical battle with terrorists. Ikene Shatabandu, fake Pastor Ruga, will be fighting the spiritual battle. At the spiritual battle, at the physical battle, the two of them are now ghosts. Ghosts that people are now praying to see, to check if they are still alive or not today. So in 2016, ISWAP moved into Dapchi in Yobe State. No military, no police, no DSS, no DRS, no anything. And they kidnapped over 100 Dapchi school children. That was when they kidnapped Leah Sharibu. Today marked the third year of Leah Sharibu's disappearance, by the way. They campaigned, this APC, they campaigned that they were going to bring you the Chibok girls. Today, they are now asking you, now we kidnap them. Because after Chibok, Dapchi don't happen. After Dapchi, Kankara don't happen. After Kankara, Kagara don't happen. All these happened in different states. First, Yobe State, 2016. Kankara in 2020. Kagara in Niger State. Kankara in Katsina. Kagara in Niger State. Just few months to themselves, they have kidnapped people en masse. They even caught the guy who kidnapped the children in Kankara. It's so crazy, right? Boko Haram never went to Daura for over a year. In December, Boko Haram now decided to go to Daura. On the day Boko Haram arrived in Daura, where he said he was going for holiday. Yeah, holiday. It was on that day that this Kankara kidnapping took place. These guys walked in, kidnapped, according to the news, kidnapped 600 school children. And from Katsina State, Kankara in Katsina State, they moved the children to maybe Zamfara or Niger. About 3 states away, no police discovered them, No Air Force went after them. Then after that, they said they have negotiated with them. And in fact, these guys are going to release them. But there was a rumor, which is not actually a rumor. There was a rumor that the government of Bokwari paid $5 million to the kidnappers. $5 million is over $1 billion naira. If you use today's exchange rate, $1 to 1 naira is 480 naira. So 1 million to $1, that is 480 million. Multiply that by 5, probably you get 2.4 million, if I am right. Now, 2.4 billion rather. So that means the government declared that the government secretly, we negotiated the payments that they paid $5 million. Now, so the chairman of the local government in Katsina State, APC local government chairman, who is also running for second term, now so the guy came out. Hey, na lie. Now only 30 million naira you pay us. You no pay us $5 million. How you take no? You must be an insider. Yes, now only 30 million we pay. But on record now 2.4 billion we paid. Do you get that now? But you must be insider. Now you collect the money. They arrested the guy. The guy confessed. 2 days later, they displaced some guys dressed in Babariga. They put guns, they display guns in front of them. And they said they were the guys who kidnapped the Kagara school children and released them. So they have repented. They feel bad for embarrassing Buhari. So they have released the children and they have repented. Because they have repented, let us rehabilitate them. We'll start paying them money. We'll buy them cars. If they want to go and study abroad, why not? At least they kidnapped 600 children. Come on, guys. And they released them. And they repented. What do you want us to do? It's okay. Fine. That is in the northern Nigeria. Okay. So, then after that, Kagara can happen. Kagara is in Niger State, where they also kidnapped over 35 people traveling in a public mass transit. They kidnapped them, posted their video, and they demanded for 500 million naira. So when they interviewed one of the repentant bandits, a repentant terrorist, who kidnapped the Kagara boys in Katsina State, on the day Bokwari landed in Daura, when they interviewed the guy, why did you kidnap? Why now? Boss, waiting. Say, well, it's just that I just felt bored. And I was watching an interview where the governor of Katsina State, he was bragging and said they have security. That anybody who tried anything in Katsina State now. So he just felt like, you dey craze? Masari, you dey threat, you dey dare me. It was out of boredom that he decided to just go and kidnap 600 people and move the children into the forest until the government now came and all of that. That was the interview. That was what I saw in the interview. Because they asked him why. And he said, well, he just realized that, after the governor dared them to try. So that's why they did it. Do you understand that now? No punishment, no nothing, but the conversation about rehabilitation for those who have committed. Meanwhile, they are victims, those who face the trauma that they felt like they are likely going to be killed by these terrorists. Nobody talks about them. No, they don't have guns. That is the situation. The same thing just happened in Kagara, in Niger State. They went in, after kidnapping people on the road, they went into a government school, kidnapped only God knows how many numbers. Now the news is that they have released the school children and they were paid 800 million naira. Don't doubt it. It's a pure business right now. If you're a Southerner and you are still reading that you're one Nigeria, wake up. And the reason why, for those who are saying, why can't we just try and, don't wish your country bad, let us come together and solve this problem and all of that. I understand your political correctness. See, I do. I've been treating patients who are like you on my program for a long time. Trust me. You see this audience? They are people who were somewhere before now. And today, they are more confident that they are right, that Nigeria is messed up. It won't work because structurally, it is not put together to work. It will never work, right? And I'll share that reason with you. It's not that there are no smart people in Nigeria. Do you get that now? People who can speak grammar, grammar. People who can make things happen. There are actually people, yeah? But Nigeria is so messed up right now that will be a complete mirage, a complete dream for you to think your smartness is needed to fix Nigeria. They will kill you, by the way. Here is the reason. They have what they call the federal character in Nigeria. Federal character, they even have a commission. They call that commission Federal Character Commission. The reason for that federal character is because they want to have input. In building Nigeria, they want to have input from everywhere. So that before a decision is reached, any decision that has to do with national, starting from security, economy, name it. The federal character is meant to give everybody representation, smart people, intelligent people. But the federal character has been so bastardized in the past with slots, appointment of political lackeys, political proxies, scroungers, corrupt criminals who have used these representation of their people from every part of Nigeria on every part of these decision-making bodies in that country, right? They have turned all these appointments to their own personal family appointments, and it's pretty much like they were representing their families. That was when the federal character was completely, nearly ruined before Bukwari. Not that people were not being appointed. You will see this person, they say a board member. You will see that person, they will say is the chief of defense staff, chief of this from from Delta State, from Bayelsa, from Imo, from Ogun State. This one is from Nasarawa. That one, you know what I'm talking about? Federal character, where everybody can come in. Because when you talk about security, a Yoruba man who happen to have a seat on the table where they are discussing insecurity, he will likely tell you what is happening to his people, using his position to influence this decision on how to protect them if he is well represented, where they are discussing how to protect people. An Igbo man, who is also well represented, where they are discussing security problem, he will definitely not support that they should go and kill his people simply because they want Biafra. He will not feel comfortable if he is well represented. Same thing with everybody. That was what is meant by federal character. You are meant to see, this one chief of farming staff from Northwest, this one from Southwest, this one's from Southeast, this one from, that's how it should be, for everything from presidency to councillor. But that is not how it is. When Bukwari came, they changed everything. They turned the whole thing to Fulani agenda. In fact, there is also a little bit of ASA here and there that whenever they are holding the National Security Council meeting, they actually communicate in either Hausa or Fulfulde. So if you are somebody, as a soldier, part of the criteria for them to confirm or accept you to be part of those service chiefs or anything is that you must be able to speak Hausa or you must be able to speak Fulfulde, even if you are a Yoruba man or an Igbo man or a Delta man or wherever you come from, you must have that, or else they will not want to say some certain things where you are, because they changed it to Fulanization of the national security conversation. And that is the reason why when they discuss what is the solution to Nigeria insecurity, to Fulani herdsmen invasion and incursion into people's lands, when they sit down to discuss, it is like Fulani discussing the problem of Yorubas, of Igbos, of Ibibios, of all these tribes from every part of Nigeria. Fulani deciding, would you expect them to say army should go and kill Fulani terrorists? Do you think they will sit in a security meeting after receiving all reports? That is why there has been no real action against them. And if you don't believe me, this is somebody who happened to be the former military administrator of Ogun State. He is a retired Major General too. Listen to this. Maybe that will also enlighten you. You see the National Security Council right now, even your vice president by their law is not welcome to sit there. Why? He is representing Yoruba. That was what they told you. They said Boko Haram will represent North. Oshibajo will represent South. But when they are discussing the insecurity in the South, Oshibajo is sent on an errand, either to go on condolences visit or burial arrangement. Okay? Or he can begin to go philosophical on Twitter. Inspirational speaker. Aspire to perspire, to maguire, to disappear. Useless. So, he has no say. Therefore, whatever they decide is whatever they tell him. He will read it in the newspaper like me and you. Where is that representation? Watch this.
We call them the National Security Council. At the head, Mr. President, elected, a northerner. Next, Chief of Staff, Ibrahim Gambari, brilliant people, a northerner. Next, National Security Advisor, Monguno, a northerner. Next, Minister of Defense, Magashi, a northerner. Next, the Chief of Defense Staff, Erabo, a southerner. Chief of Army Staff, Atahiru, a northerner. Chief of Navy Staff, Gambo, a northerner. Chief of Air Staff, Amao, a southerner. The DSS Director General, a northerner. DG National Intelligence Agency, a northerner. So your National Security Council, 11. We have 9 northerners, 2 southerners. Look, I'm telling you as a practitioner, a former governor of the state, a general, I'm 70 years old. When you go to such meeting, those 2 southerners, they are just there as onlookers. They are there as onlookers. What do they want to say when the northern bloc has 9? And you say southern bloc has 2. What does it go?
Do you get that? Continue watching. Continue.
A former governor of the state, a general, I'm 70 years old. When you go to such meeting, those 2 southerners, they are just there as onlookers. They are there as onlookers. What do they want to say when the northern bloc has 9? And you say southern bloc has 2. What does it got to say? Is there as an onlooker? It must be correct. That's what I say that, look, the soldier must believe in the war. Who is going to believe in the outcome of such security meetings? And you say it is national. Yeah. You say it is national. No. That is, when it goes down, that's why you have the Fulani and the herdsmen clashes, killings, kidnapping. Because the people downstairs, they are looking at the upstairs that look, I'm favored. So please, let the federal government correct inequalities. If you put inequalities to a stop, if you put, the Attorney General just said rule of law and equal rights, beyond the law. Look, everything takes its position. You have peace. You have the economy will be developing. Everybody will be generating his own employment. So that is my advice. So squarely, we must tell Mr. President, he's an elected leader. The buck stops at his table.
Yes, I just wanted you to listen directly to someone else, like, who probably will put it better than me. When you have 11 people, 11, in the position to decide what is the security step we should take in curbing these Fulani terrorists and killings, and 9 people are there, they are Fulanis, and you are complaining about Fulani herdsmen, armed herdsmen, who are you reporting to? To who? To do what exactly? I'm glad that some of them are now saying that we should go ahead and protect ourselves, which is great. But you see this governor who said AK-47 was the right of Fulanis because they are using that to protect themselves. The same guy came out and he said this. Let me let you listen. As dumb as this sound, they are not backing down because it seems that it is a done deal. That is either we defend ourselves or we perish in our own...
Okay, thank you very much, Chamberlain. It's a pleasure meeting you once again. What I said in that context, I was addressing the media people, and the topic is the use of media to explain to my sister Madupe that the Fulani man is so exposed, dehumanized, demonized, in fact, because he is being seen as a bandit. And so anywhere he goes, his commonwealth, which I call his cows, have been taken and rustled, and of course sometimes they are fined beyond your imagination, taken away illegally without the authority giving and then he has no option but to protect himself. We have so many vigilante groups in Nigeria, even at the level of government. Sub-regional groups, subnationals are establishing vigilante in order to protect himself. It may not be a legal carriage, it may be legal. He may also register and carry it to protect himself. But it's a figure of speech to say, to show you the despondency, the desperation, the frustration, and tribe by other tribes who have all seen him.
Sorry about that the poor quality of that video. Okay, he was saying that he's still defending that. He said whether it is legal or it's illegal, illegal or legal, blah, blah, blah. That's what they do to confuse everybody because they have no sense. Mad people, we call them, right? No, in Nigeria, it is illegal for you to have any automatic rifle. They don't even give you the license for it. It is completely illegal because it is the rifles they give to their own armed forces. And they cannot let the citizens carry the same weapons. You get what I mean now? But to the Fulanis, because they control the security, who is going to arrest them? If they see me with AK-47 right now, I'm going to be considered a terrorist. Even if I have, well, I can never get the license for it anyway. So I'll be considered a terrorist. But if they find the same gun in the hands of another Fulani man, he is going to be considered as a citizen that is only protecting himself. So who am I? If you want me to continue to claim to be a Nigerian, whereby if I am found with a AK-47 illegally, it becomes illegal. But if another Fulani that probably they don't even have his name, they will tell you it's from Niger. All he needs to do is just be able to speak the Fufude. That's all. He's a Fulani and he can go everywhere, from Niger, from Mali, from everywhere. So if he's walking about, the fact that he is actually in that country illegally, now that he is there, he is carrying illegal weapons, but as a Fulani man, a military man, we only tell him to be careful and, and give them their numbers to call them. Do you get that now? In the same country, but you want me to feel comfortable and be called a Nigerian where I'm going to be treated that way. You will ask me, why do you need the AK-47? Then I'm asking you, why does a Fulani Ada needs AK-47 in Yoruba land? So that is where the problem lies. That is where their power lies as well, okay? And whoever remember this will not be shocked. And I'm glad, we are getting somewhere. Watch this.
Composed of various ethnic groups living together reasonably peacefully. But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
You remember that video? That was about 2 years ago. And it is happening. Now we have evidence of military soldiers going into people's villages, communities, beating them up for rejecting Fulani terrorists from grazing on their farms. And since that time, they have killed over 7 people in Egua, in Ojaodon, in Ogun State. They are still killing people as we speak right now. And the soldiers are backing them up. You know what I'm talking about? So we were warned 2 years ago. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned us 5 years ago, in the earliest, that all this will happen is only a matter of time. Many of you will never believe that this will ever happen in Yoruba land. Today, we are all looking for what can we do now and what should we do? Hey, we should defend that. Many of you 3 years ago, you are just pushing your noses like, My friend, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Now, if anyone tells you that in 2022, Nigeria is going to be into a civil war that is going to be triggered by this Fulani invasion in Nigeria, many of you are still going to be doing, it's not up to that. It's not, you will watch it. This year is the year they are going to ravage southern Nigeria like never before. And this year is the year that many Southerners who don't believe that the government of Nigeria is involved in this state-sponsored terrorism, many of you will begin to believe, because you will now see the collusion of the military, the police, that you have been hearing about, but you don't believe. You will begin to see them up close, because you will be having your own stories to share, things happening in your own community, to people you know, to neighbors and all that, telling you what they are going through, and they have nobody to report to. From then on, you will then begin to realize that, hopefully it won't be too late, but it will not be the same around that time. Around that time. Watch this.
The danger to the unity of this country, to the breakdown of this country, is not Igbos. It's not IPOC. It's not Biafra. It's not even Yorubas. It's not the Ijos. It's not Arewa even. It is the husband. This armed headman carrying AK-47. And then also this Boko Haram. These two things are the things that are threatening this country. Boko Haram have been there for nearly 10 years. First World War didn't last up to 5 years. Second World War didn't last up to 6 years. This is the longest war. It's a war. And you know the thing that worries me about it? Every day they tell us they have disembarked, they have done this, they have done this. The war is being fought round and round, round and round. In the School of Infantry, the first lesson we are taught is that the only easiest way to defense is by being on the offensive. If I'm to advise Mr. President Onwa, I'll tell him that they are fighting a defensive war. They can't win that war. They must be on the offensive. Offensive means security. Intelligence must find out who are these Boko Haram, where are they, who are they. Squadrons of airport, and go and raid them in their place. Carry the attack to their homes. America will support us, Britain will support us. If we continue what we are doing, it's not going to work. They gather strength. They have changed now, they have the kidnapping group. Many places are not, can't go many places. They are spreading around the country. They have attacked Enugu. Make no mistake about it. The people have an ambition. There is no need making a mistake about it, because I read an article on Saturday in Sun, a press statement by the Elders president. I mean, he said clearly what they planned. He says that our land is their own. He didn't deny it. It's a press conference recorded. In Igbo land, the land is owned by people. We don't accept that. And then the matter is serious.
I'm glad you heard that. That's another way that somebody else, put it clearly, which is better put. What will destroy Nigeria is so close. That is why I keep telling people that Bokwari is doing a great job, a very good job in dividing Nigeria. Many of you who don't believe, you are going to believe, because reality will set in. And then, there and then, you are going to agree with us that the people that are supposed to keep the country together, unity, equity, they don't give a damn about any unity, about any whatever. They believe so much in the force of arm, the use of force, which is what they are using. Same use of force, violence that the terrorists are unleashing on the innocent people is the same use of force, violence that the Nigerian system is using. They don't believe in all those narratives and all of that, to hell with federal character and all that nonsense. If you complain, you will be considered the enemy. In Orlu right now, they are still there, killing innocent people, shooting civilians, arresting and kidnapping innocent women that they are taking for their usual sexual assault and all of that. No one is going to keep quiet when such injustices continues. So therefore, as the Fulanis are ravaging the lands, the government killing the innocent people, before you know it, 2022, it won't be protest. It will be a full-blown revolution and civil war. So don't say no, impossible, because you have no idea what people are going through. And therefore, you have no idea what they will likely do to stay alive when their government sold them off to terrorists. You never can imagine. So don't underestimate. Because you see this thing.
We have got the opportunity to serve again for additional 4 years. And Nigerians will know the difference.
That is the evil that is currently going to help you divide Nigeria so easily. Watch it and watch out. 2023 won't come. as election year with what they are going with now. You don't forget about 2023 election, 2023. I don't even think they themselves are planning for 2023. They know what is coming, and they can just keep themselves in their power using that same force. Then that is when you will realize that indeed there will be civil war with the way they are going right now. They don't give a damn. The northernization of all these positions, despite the fact that they can't protect their people, pilfering and then pillaging of the resources of the people, where they have continued to loot and steal to pay for ammunitions that they will use to fight terrorists, ammunitions that they are going to use to kill civilians, right? Or using the money that they are going to use to fund the terrorists in getting their weapons by paying ransoms and all of that. Now, more guns and dangerous weapons are now in the hands of so many, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Fulani aliens in Nigeria. And they are spreading to every part of Nigeria. So if the people are going to resist them, and Nigerian army is going to do what they are doing in Orlu now, bombing the people for resisting the terrorists, if they tell you that civil war is coming, don't say in blood of Jesus, because even blood of Jesus will deny you at that point, because it is pointing there. Maybe blood of Jesus will save you for those who believe in it. But don't say blood of Jesus will prevent it, because these criminals, they are hell-bent for that war. And for whatever they are planning, it is not to keep your one Nigeria one. It is, in fact, to what? To break all of you. And then God knows where that will lead. After all, by the time they will leave the carcass of the country, you will not even be interested in keeping the country anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Watch this.
A question. Do you really want us to talk about the problems, or do we come and paper everything over as usual and go away and the problem continues? Because I don't think that there's anything new we're going to say that has not been said. What I think is that everything has been said, all the proposals have been given, but no one wants to have the will to be able to do what is necessary. I want to thank Governor El-Rufai for all the things he has said. These are wonderful things and the way that you're going about it. But I want to actually say, if we want to have a conversation, can we look at certain questions and ask ourselves those questions? Since this is the first set of the discussions we're going to do, either today or maybe in another discussion, we can ask ourselves one question. And the first one is,
I decided to share that clip with you. I'm going to bring you details of that more. They called a meeting in Lagos today. They were the governors. They, shall call themselves, as usual, politicians. All talk, no action. Senator Abaribe was invited. He's been sitting there listening to the wonderful ideas, just like the same old days when they were putting together the lies of APC, Egbekegbe. They were talking as if to say they are not the people in government, or they have not been the people in government in the last 5 years. So they started giving ideas. Abaribe was there listening, possibly dozing off like, these guys are just here to talk about the problem. None of them would do anything, because out of doing something, start from giving justice to the victims of injustices in Nigeria. But they are not going to give you justice. They're going to kill you and bury the case and, forget it. So what is justice? Justice is that Bukwari should begin to sack all those he put in position of security in Nigeria. Start sacking them. Some of them his cousins, his nephews, his sisters, sons, and all of that nonsense. All of them with no single idea of how to end terrorism. Okay? So let's start with that. Let every region have a start to say, this is how we want to defend ourselves. So they were talking in Lagos. They were even talking about state police. Amotekun is meant to be our own state police. So until they said Amotekun, inside Amotekun, we must have Miyetti inside Amotekun. What it concern Miyetti with Amotekun? They said there is this. The police IG was flying from everywhere, moving all the governors from every state in Yoruba land, forcing them to sign all agreement that Amotekun will not go after Fulani. terrorists. They will not go after Fulani terrorists. Do you get that now? In your state, where Amotekun went after Fulani terrorists, a DPO, Yoruba man, had to shoot that Amotekun soldier. Now, are you mad? Do you not read your operational manual? That you must not touch any Fulani terrorist anywhere, whatever they do. You must never. Do you get that? Now, in your state, so until the Amotekun was supposed to be our own state police, going after them and all of that. Now, Miyeti Yala is saying the governor started Amotekun because of to kill Fulani terrorists. They didn't start Amotekun to protect Yorubas. They started Amotekun to kill terrorists. Do you get that now? So they sat in Lagos today. Guess who was the guest speaker too? El Rufaya, the Kaduna little finger. He was there giving ideas how they are going to solve the national security problem. You know what I'm talking about? Bobo. That was why Abaribe said, listen. Are we here to talk about the problem or to talk about, just to talk? Because I don't understand when they finally asked Abaribe to talk. Because nobody was talking about the real problem or providing the real solution that they can push. Everybody was just making suggestions. As usual, they were clapping. That was why I shared that with you. But I have this, listen guys, before I round up, this video, I picked it up when Femi Fani-Kayode visited Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho had few things to say here. And as usual, you know, he's a guy that will speak his mind, how he feels. Even though some people are saying that Sunday Igboho has fled to Germany and he's left people. Some of these APC, Egbekegbe, all these obedient fools, sophisticated morons, the humbled slaves, all these guys were already saying Sunday Igboho has left Nigeria. Since the Nigerian government couldn't pick him up, they said he's left, but he hasn't. He is still in Ibadan. And this happened. I'll try my best to interpret this. And see, some of you are very good in typing. You can help me type, interpret this in the comments for our friends, my viewers who don't speak Yoruba. But I'll do my best when I get back to explain few things is said in this video. Watch this.
Àwọn people yìí wọ́n máa mú àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n máa kó ránkì sí wọn lápá wọn ò ní fún àwọn ará àwọn ọmọ máa ṣe yẹsà fún wọn. Wọ́n wá kó àwọn ọmọ wa lọ sílẹ̀ Boko Haram, wọ́n wá kó àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n sọ́fíìsì inú èsì, wọ́n máa fi àwọn bọ́ọ̀sì tí wọ́n máa fi sílẹ̀ big man káàkiri.
Sọ̀rọ̀ pé bàbá Ndédé last year ló ti ẹ̀kọ́ yọ bàbá Ndédé ló ti ẹ̀kọ́ ìsàyà. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tó yẹ kó ní rà. For example, ẹ wo mánu yìí. Brigadier General yìí àwọn cosmate wọ́n ti di Major General gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ fún yín torí pé òun jẹ́ Yorùbá Ògúnṣùgbà òun state ni wọ́n gbé kó mo fi wọ́n mú kó left tó wà yẹn torí pé wọ́n ò ní fẹ́ kó di general yẹn wọ́n ò ní fẹ́ kó di head of army state àbí army staff ẹ wo lókè báyẹn láwọn pípọ̀ yẹn pẹ̀lú brave game burúkú ìgbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ òṣèlú yẹn wọ́n ní àwọn yọ Sanusi Lamido mo sọ fẹ́ nìkan pé game náà fẹ́ gbá wọ́n ti mọ̀ pa máa ní sympathy fún máa yẹn tó bá yàn sí wọn ní kọjá ìpò mọ̀ sí president èyí tí sọ́tọ̀ lónìí bá lóhùn sí president. Ìka ọ̀dẹ̀ búburú àdìsẹ́ ìgbà tí ilé ti bọ̀. We don't want these people. We are not the same. We don't want them again. We want our nation. I'm ready for anything. Àwọn people yẹn mo sign pẹ̀lú wọn no going back. Mo follow Mpura. No going back. Pé àndó dẹ nìkan pé táwọn nìkan bá ṣáájú mi lọ mọ́. Gbogbo wa kọ́ ni Ọlọ́run fi rán. Ó ní èèyàn púpọ̀ la pè ṣùgbọ́n díẹ̀ nu wọn la fi rán. Bíbélì rẹ̀ ní kò sọ tó ń bà mí lẹ́rú ó ní èrò kò sínú kó tó pé Jèhófà ń bẹ láàyè. Ó ní gbogbo nǹkan pẹ̀lú ètò Ọlọ́run ni. Àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì ní Moses kó tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Áárónì nìkan ni wọ́n ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan nínú ìjọ. Ó ní àwọn Ọlọ́run fún. Ó dàbí ká gbà fún wọn. Torí pé Mósè nìkan lọ́lọ́run pè kó lọ kó wọn jáde. Bọ̀ǹgbà tí Mósè bẹ̀rẹ̀ jà Ọlọ́run fi jà ẹ́ dà. Ọlọ́run ló fún Mósè ṣùgbọ́n ó lo Mósè ni òun ló jàjà ẹ̀ fúnra ẹ̀. Tálẹ́mí. Ọlọ́run ló ń jà ìjà fún Yorùbá. Ọlọ́run ṣe tán tó fẹ́ help Yorùbá ni o. Ó wá ní kémi máa sọ̀rọ̀ káwọn fún mi máa fíà mi. Tẹ́mi bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí Sunday bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin pípù yìí ẹ̀yin Fáráò yìí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ bẹ̀rù. gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá mi tẹ́ wá jẹ́ arọ́ ni àmọ́ sọ pé o tó fẹ́ ṣe ní sọ Áfíríkà mú mọ́lẹ̀ o Áfíríkà ṣe Yorùbá fẹ́ o àwọn bàbá kì í believe àwọn sì believe fún un pé káwọn ọmọ fi wá gba contract káwọn ọmọ fi wá gbowó káwọn kó àwọn fẹ́ ṣe president káwọn ọmọ fi wá gbá game. mo sọ fún gómìnà Èkìtì Fáyẹmí mo ní wọ ọmọ Yorùbá láìkè ẹ ó fẹ́ fọ́ǹbù kan wọ́n sọ pé Fúlàní ní rẹ́sì lórí ilẹ̀ rẹ̀ sọ ọmọ tó ń sọ lẹ́nu ṣé pé ọmọ nǹkan tí ó ń ṣe inú pẹ́sẹ̀ lẹ́nu ọpọlọ ẹ̀ Yorùbá láìkè ẹ gan o ọmọ Yorùbá láìkè ẹ wọ́n jára ń kí ara ẹ ó tá ń fà yìí kọ́sẹ́tì mi lè sọ̀rọ̀ sí o tí ẹ̀gbọ́n pé mọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ dákẹ́ kọ́sẹ́tì mi lè gbá lóhùn mo mọ̀ pé kò sí kankan tẹ́ ṣe fún mi kò sí kankan ẹ pariwo ẹ dákẹ́ ni lórí rẹ orí òdodo bẹ́ẹ̀ bá pa mí kí òdodo sì máa lékè. You can kill the messenger but you can't kill message.
This one you won't even kill the messenger.
So kí lẹ́yìn fẹ́ mọ̀ bẹ̀rù àwọn yẹn fún àwọn púpọ̀ yẹn ní láti bẹ̀rù anything. Fúlàní wọ́n ti yẹn àwọn Fúlàní gbogbo Nàìjíríà táwa ìwọ̀n ojú 6 million àwọn náà rúlu wa.
3 million ni wọ́n pè wọ́n. 3 million.
àwọn náà rúlu wa àwọn náà ń pàṣẹ for what ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń pa wá. Okay now wọ́n láwọn ọmọ bíi tí Boko Haram wà wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kí ṣé wù kílẹ̀ ń pè yẹn Gumi kọ́ lọ bá wọn ṣe mítè wọ́n dẹ̀ wọ kámú wọn kó èké lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ rí wọn ó lè pa àwọn fámìlì yẹn pé àwọn ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá kó wọn bí kẹ́ kó wá papọ̀ táwọn bá mú double barrel lọ́wọ́ sí ẹ̀dẹ̀ kọ́ lọ́pọ̀lọ́ arrest wa.
It's crazy, man. Let me deliver the message to everybody here. Professor.
No.
àwọn làwọn train mi àwọn èmi àtàwọn ti wà tipẹ́ bàbá mi ni wọ́n àjọ wà lọ́dọ̀ náà wọ̀lú àjọ wà lọ́dọ̀ náà bàbá mi ni wọ́n.
And it's an important message. And
Yorùbá ní gbòòrò ọlọ́wọ́ gbìjà àwọn fámìlì ẹ̀mí náà ọlọ́pọ̀lọ́ Yorùbá ohun tá a nídìí ni a sọ pé kẹ́ sọ pé dẹ́dẹ́ ilé ara wa ẹ̀yẹ mọ sọ fún ọ pé wọ́n lọ ń gbìjà àwọn fámìlì wọn lóko ni ṣé ká mọ àwọn fámìlì kan pa ogun wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ ohun tá a ní kẹ́ sọ pé kẹ́ tó wà mọ support pé wọ́n ṣe jàmbá fún wa ẹ máa finish ẹ̀yẹ bẹ̀ ṣe ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ with action mo dẹ̀ ń nínú ọkàn mi pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run tó ní mi pé ẹ support mi tán ẹ fear anything tí n bá ṣe mistake ẹ tún sọ pé mistake tí mo ṣe yẹ pé kò lè mọ̀ wáyé ẹ tún ẹni àti correct ẹ mo wà surprise pé bàbá yóò mọ̀ mí rí náà irú àwọn tá à ń fẹ́ tán gbọ́dọ̀ jó lórí wa nìyẹn. bàbá Ayọ̀ Adébánjọ bàbá bá mi ṣe meeting bàbá yẹn ní mímí kẹ́ ò lè mí ẹ ó nítorí pé ó tá à ń ṣe ó ní Ọlọ́run bẹ gbogbo aládé wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ bàbá dáadáa bàbá yẹn ní mímí ò ní mí ẹ the same thing bàbá Akíntóyè bàbá yẹn náà dúró gbogbo àwọn bàbá yẹn AIG alápẹ̀ni AIG ní Sunday dárúkọ mi tẹ́ni tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé mo wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ àmì AIG tún jẹ́ alápẹ̀ni I'm with you ó tún wá bí báyìí bàbá jókòó mi tàjọ́ ń ṣeré bàbá ní ẹ̀yẹ fọ́tò ẹ̀ ṣe fídíò mi so agbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ kẹta ń ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn pípù yìí àwọn ní kí oṣù yìí tó parí sóṣù kẹta àwọn pípù gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá náà bu àìsàn náà rírọ̀ so ìgbókèta tí mo bá wọn ṣe fíìmù tìrìkì ni mo sì fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ fíìmù pẹ̀lú wọn báyìí mo fẹ́ káwọn Fúlàní yẹn mọ̀ pé àìsàn gbogbo ìtọ́ ń kó kiri tó ń tó fíìmù tó ń tó machine gun fún wa yẹn àwọn ń sò ní àtijọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ń sò ní àwọn ò ní machine gun àdẹ̀ ní èké táwọn kó lọ́wọ́ yẹn àwa ní àtẹwọ́ àdẹ̀ ní ohun tá a fi bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ tá a gba ìbọn pẹ̀lú ìsílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ mo fọlọ́ múra mo ní ohun tí màá sọ fún ọ pé gbé ìbọn yẹn fún mi ìbọn machine gun rẹ̀ gbé wa máa fẹ́ fi bá ìjà ó máa gbé fún mi ẹwúrú wákìlì yẹn sìn ọ yẹ kí ti lọ lé kúrò mbẹ bọ mi tó fẹ́ ta sí gómìnà wa kọmọdà bẹ ní pé mo fẹ́ kó sọ fúnra kó sú gómìnà fúnra ẹ kó wá sọ pé òkè Sunday Ọ̀yà bí o tiẹ̀ sọ nígbà tó bá sọ èmi ní o ti mọ ọ̀nà ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́ kó ti sú wákìlì kò lè lo èdè mbẹ yẹn gbogbo tó ń pọ̀ wọn fọ ilé ó wà mbẹ o kọ́ wà mbẹ kókó mbẹ oyin kakó lé oyin wo ló lé wákìlì mẹ́mẹ́ àwọn ọmọ yẹn ti pray pé mi pa sí báwọn tó ti ń bọ̀ pé kí n jọ wákìlì tó ti àtàkàn wọn lóko láàárọ̀ yìí ọ mẹ́mẹ́ kọ gbà mí ní 10 minutes tó bá gbọ́ pé mo gbéra ń bà ní mo fọlọ́ múra kò gbọ́dọ̀ lórí mi bẹ́ẹ̀ kì í ṣe pé mo fi lérí wọ́n ìtàn fífi máa terrorize wa lórí ilẹ̀ wa àwọn òtó bẹ̀ ká lọ sílùú ọmọdéwọ̀n kan báyẹn wọ́n bí wa ẹbẹ̀ yìí rèé kí lè ṣe fún ọ tó ti ń pẹ́ kí wọ́n yọ yín láfi yóò safe lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ibi táwọn fífi ní confidence dé àwọn bàbá wọn jẹ́ kẹ́kẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ yín 16 years tí o bá ti ṣe àjì kẹ́ ìlélẹ́yìn 16 years tá ti ṣe àjì kẹ́ ìlélẹ́yìn ìgbà tí bàbá wa ṣe jọ ṣe mẹ́ ó ro tẹ̀tì ẹ̀ nínú ó fa Hausa ó fún Yíbò ó fún gbogbo ó rú mọ́ra ẹ̀yin débẹ̀ ẹ̀ fi lọ̀ wá rárá ariwo tá a pa díẹ̀ lẹ́fílẹ̀ fún wa ní ẹ̀fọ́ sẹ́ fún ayọ́kan yìí Yorùbá ò débi general yẹn rí Hausa ní ṣe general wa láti jọ tá ti ṣe yìí kí ló ní táwọn bàbá wa yẹn tà wá fún àwọn pípù yẹn tó bá yẹn bàbá wọn lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ sọ pé tó bá tó time ó láwọn ọmọ ọ̀dọ́ yẹn wọ́n kẹ́ máa dìde from nowhere àsìkò ti tó kò sí pásọ̀ ìdájọ́ sí mọ́ torí pé àwọn gẹ́rí pé Yorùbá ti já báyìí sí Yorùbá ti já tán ọmọ àlẹ́ Yorùbá ti tí ó parẹ́ ló tún mọ sọ̀rọ̀ pé ohun tá à ń ṣe ọ̀dà lásìkò tá a wà yìí kí ni jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá mi rẹ́dẹ̀sì yẹn pọ̀ tẹ́ bá lọ Sunday kó sọ máa da yẹn dóni àwọn Fúlàní ọdẹ wà àwọn nugbó wọn dẹ̀ dẹ́gbọ̀dọ̀ ọdẹ wáyà àbó tiẹ̀ dà àwó tiẹ̀ dà lórí ilẹ̀ bàbá wa ó tún ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́nìí ẹgbẹ́ Ògùn State wọ́n lọ sínú skul kan ní Ogun State ní owó dé ìdíròkó àwọn aláléwọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sí wọ́n fẹ́ wọnú kó fẹ́ kọ́ àwọn skul bẹ́ẹ̀ lówó dé lẹ́nìí lówó dé ìdíròkó lówó dé lọ́sàn yìí inú rédíò náà ti sọ pé àwọn Fúlàní ti wọ skul kan bábá lówó dé ìdíròkó wọ́n fẹ́ lọ kọ́ àwọn skul bẹ́ẹ̀ lásàrè wọ bẹ́ẹ̀ láti wọlé wọn pàpàpàpà lálẹ́ wọn kó bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn skul wo ni wọ́n gbé lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ Ìgbòho nínú lówó dé ìdíròkó ń dúbà lẹ́nìí on the 18th February lẹ́ni 18 yìí ni ẹgbẹ́ bẹ̀kẹ́gbẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ ìbọn lókun onídìí òun gbé rédíò sọ lókun state pé àwọn Fúlàní ti wọ skul báyìí pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá tẹ̀lé lọ́bẹ̀ àwọn alálọ́lé wọn ọlọ́pàá wà bẹ̀ alálọ́lé wọn lọ́bẹ̀ àmì òjìnlẹ̀ síbẹ̀ wọn lọ́bẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́kọ́ da mọ̀lú wọnú skul yẹn wọ́n kó àwọn arọ́wọ́ bẹ̀ káwọn tó sáré wọn lórí ilẹ̀ wa ariwo làwọn lè gbọ́ pẹ̀lú escort méjèèjì pé àwọn yẹn dáwọn dúpẹ́ dúpẹ́ àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ kó yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ti fẹ́ kó yẹn skul bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́pù wa ẹ̀wọ́n nǹkan báyìí lórí ilẹ̀ wa Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kọ́ rẹ̀ yìí o ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ kó wa jẹ pé ẹgbẹ́ wa délẹ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ ìlérí láṣẹ Ọlọ́run torí pé.
I believe that all of you, my Yoruba brothers and sisters, that seems to be a deeper one, a detailed, deeper conversation. Yes, I heard about the Owode Diroko attack yesterday, but they were able to be warded off, and the children, they couldn't kidnap them, so we could have probably been saying it now that they have kidnapped school children in Ogun State. It is very, very bad. What Sunday was saying there is that before now, the reason why he's been playing it low is because he didn't want to really go, shoulder to shoulder with the governor, because people are beginning to see that as if to say he's trying to take shine off the governor of the state. But that the Barakpa area, where another terrorist called Wakil, where people reported that Wakil has run away, Wakil is still there. The Fulani terrorists who have imported more terrorists to that region after Sunday Igboho's visit. Sunday said, well, he's not going to go to that place now because he will want the governor. After he's done all his best, he will want the governor's body language to demand that they move there. That if he has to mobilize to that area again, that Wakil that they said has been so dreadful, that Wakil will not spend 10 minutes if he leaves Ibadan before he gets to that area. That's part of what he said. And he also mentioned all the Yoruba leaders who have given him support, those who have called in, those who have said well done. He also added that in the next few weeks and months, that all what we have seen so far about the Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land and the young people in Yoruba land mobilizing themselves to defend Yoruba land, that all you have seen so far, they are just like film trick. A foreplay. That in the next few weeks, more young Yorubas armed to defend themselves are going to go after these terrorists without waiting for all these governors. He also sent a message to Kayode Fayemi that Kayode Fayemi, if he knows what is right for him, he should stop telling them that Fulani can live in any part of Yoruba land. That people love him, they like him, Yorubas like him. He is going to lose all of that support and favor, because he is going to be considered as the enemy of Yoruba land. That any Yoruba leader saying that Fulani can live in any part of Yoruba land will be considered as an enemy, because that's who they are. If you have seen what they are doing, as all these things are going on, the Fulani terrorists have finally activated themselves. They are no longer waiting anymore. They have started en masse attacking and kidnapping like never seen before. This is just February. By the time we get to April, the story is going to be really, really, really bad. That is why Sunday Igboho said they are moving out very soon. And then, they have guns. They have machine guns and all of that. They should bring those machine guns. But in the next few weeks, you will witness the uprooting and flushing of all these criminals from Yoruba land, from Egba to Iwo, from Oyo to Ondo, from Ondo to Ekiti, and from Ekiti to Oshun, all across Yoruba land. Things will begin to move in a very faster pace now that they are no longer waiting. That these people have cheated Yoruba so much and so badly that they told us that it is illegal to carry AK-47. But we see these Fulani terrorists with AK-47 marching our people into the forest, raping them, killing them, and, collecting ransoms from them in Yoruba land. But whenever they see anyone with double-barrel guns, you will be arrested by the military, by the police. And they are also working to disarm the Yorubas, disarm everybody from defending themselves. But according to him, it will be gun for gun, man for man from the next few weeks. He won't say more than that. And I love it. I love it. You can watch the full video on Maiyegun's Diary Politico tonight. It's there. The full, some people are asking, what about Baba FFK? What did he say? The message. You don't need to listen to that message. It's inconsequential. So we call that one that is important. That is Sunday Igboho's position of late. But I have this video. I'm so sorry that I couldn't pick up the name again, but I believe that this lady, if you watch this video, she is a therapist. She's a doctor, a therapist in Lagos. So she was asked about what makes you happy as a Nigerian. And if you tell them that you're not really happy, why? She explained this so good that I couldn't just look away. And I said, I'm going to add it to my broadcast just before I leave tonight. So let me share this with you. For those of you who have seen this video, if you have seen it, help me with the name and I can give her the good credits for this. And if none of you have seen it before, I'll look up for the name again and I'll add it to the caption of this broadcast. She's delivered a brilliant, precise message that as a Nigerian, still claiming to be Nigerian, listen to this.
Because, I mean, what do you see around in Nigeria? I mean, not even in your clinical practice yet.
Yeah.
But when you look around, what are the signs that show us that we have a problem?
Anger, a lot of anger, suppressed anger, transferred anger, violence as a part of our culture, narcissism as a part of our culture, poor interpersonal relationships between spouses, friends, family dynamics, especially with family dynamics, very unhealthy, manipulative, controlling. People are not allowed to freely express themselves, to go towards the things that make them happy. There's a lot of restriction in terms of how we can be and how we can feel. And then when you now think about the political atmosphere and economic atmosphere here, a lot of people, more and more every day, are falling down below poverty line. People can't earn money to feed themselves, clothe themselves, to do things that make them feel happy. I don't think every Nigerian wants to be a millionaire. They just want to be comfortable, to be able to have access to water, to food, to light, to good roads and good care in terms of mental health and physical health. And some of us don't have those basic human amenities. So even our association with each other, the jobs we go to, people that abuse at their workplaces, the relationship they have with their colleagues are healthy, they don't know how to do their jobs well, they're not being guided properly, they're not being compensated well, they don't feel safe. The security crisis that we have, from the Fulani headsmen to the NSAS protest, when you have issues, who are you going to report to? No one can protect you, defend you, because even the people that are assigned that role are the people abusing you. So when you look at all these parameters, it's like, what then is making you happy? What do you have to be happy about? When you think about being a Nigerian, are you genuinely happy?
Okay, Amanda, that's
Amanda, finally, I remember. She's Amanda. So brilliantly put. I couldn't put it better. You know me. I will put all my jara, a little bit of digress. I mean, I would digress a bit, go here and there, and all of that. But she's so present about it, and I love it. I decided to share that with you. Well captured. I'm going to see you some other time. They have paid 800 million naira to terrorists. In the next few days, they will likely then come out again to say they have arrested the people who did it. Meanwhile, Gumi went back to the forest today, and they said they have released the children to him. They will make the announcement and all of that. Negotiating with the terrorists and arresting and kidnapping, activists. That is a textbook definition of a failed state. Whatever you are holding on to, they have turned it into business now. That your Nigeria, if you love yourself, you will do the needful. Break it up to save life. I'm going to see you some other time, but before you go, remember, like my brother said there, yeah, you can't have about 1,700 people watching, and only 300 of us were able to drop that like under this video. Not in the comment, go under this video. There's a thumb up button there. There's a thumb down button there. Click the one that you want to. It's called the engagement, engaging with the video. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to Maiyegun's Diary, do so and check your notification as well. Some of us subscribed and we never set the notification on, right? To all my friends, my beautiful, amazing people who are now members of Maiyegun's Diary Political, who subscribed as the members on Maiyegun's Diary Political, I'm saying a shout out to you. So thank you to every one of you. Silver members, gold members, platinum members, as well as our diamond members. All of you from my heart. Good night. You should have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.